You guys are trying to take your training to the next level and you want to increase your speed, your power, your conditioning, then you got to check out Phil Daru's 8-week heavy hitter boxing program. I'm telling you guys right now, it's no joke. And if you want to advertise on my channel, contact me at Dante'sBoxingNation@gmail.com.
You stupid fool. Did you really think you were hit me? Huh? Bam, bam, bam. Over.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Boy, the shit has really hit the fan over there at Golden Boy, huh? With Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya, he's not holding his tongue anymore. He came out and he said exactly how he feels about Ryan Garcia, how good Ryan Garcia is, and Ryan did not take it well. Matter of fact, let me quote exactly what Oscar De La Hoya had to say. Now, Oscar was asked if Ryan Garcia is the best young fighter, and Oscar De La Hoya, he said no. Maybe next to Vergil Ortiz. Vergil Ortiz is the real deal. Ryan is in a very unique situation because of his social media following. The fact that he has so many followers is great, but it hasn't transcended over to boxing. It just hasn't. That's the bottom line. So how does he do that? He has to win a world title, and who knows how to get him there? I do. Don't listen to all these voices in your ear telling you, hey, you have 3 million followers, you're supposed to be getting paid this much. Don't listen to them. Just trust process and you will get there, end quote. You know, with something else Oscar De La Hoya said, he said, I was a fighter too. And, when I was coming up around the same age as Ryan Garcia, it wasn't about the money. But I guess fighters today are different. This is what he said. Now, and obviously, Ryan Garcia, he was upset, and he responded by saying, I don't even want to speak about this stuff anymore. But Oscar, call me for real and stop going to the press. We haven't talked at all. I want the best fights. I'm 21, I have the drive to be even better, and I will continue to get better and fight the best fighters. Oscar, if you don't believe in my talents, then you can release me so I can go elsewhere, point blank, period. If you do believe in me, then come talk to me. Please, no more press and public bashing, end quote. Man, when you have to question if your own promoter believes in your talent, and you have to urge him to stop bashing you in front of the public, does it get any worse than that? The crazy thing is, this whole beef with Ryan Garcia and Golden Boy, it started from Ryan Garcia or Team Garcia turning down the Romero fight about a month ago. Because Oscar and Golden Boy, they wanted Ryan Garcia to fight Romero Duno. They wanted it a month ago. They wanted this fight. That was supposed to be the original opponent. And Ryan Garcia turned down the fight. He said he wanted it to be in the main event. He said that he's going to be the one selling the fight, etc., etc., etc. But then Ryan Garcia, he offered to fight the guy that lost to Duno. So he didn't want to fight Duno, but he agreed to fight Avery Sparrow. Now, Avery Sparrow, he got arrested for some warrant, so that fight didn't take place. And then Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy, they pushed for the last-minute replacement, which was Duno once again. They wanted Ryan Garcia to fight Duno to save that card. And for the second time, Ryan Garcia turned down the fight. He said he wanted more money. Now, according to reports, Golden Boy originally said that Team Garcia, they didn't even ask for any extra money. They just turned down the fight, hands down. And then Golden Boy, they came back and they said, well, it wasn't Ryan that turned down the fight, it was his team that turned down the fight, which is basically some tomato stuff. And I truly believe that was the last straw for Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy. That's why now you're hearing Oscar De La Hoya just say whatever's on his mind. He's not trying to beat around the bush. He's telling you exactly how he feels about Ryan Garcia. And realistically, I don't think it was that much of a diss to Ryan to say he doesn't see him as the best, he sees Vergil as the best. I mean, let's remember, Vergil has already stepped up in competition and he passed that test with flying colors. We really don't know how good Ryan Garcia is until he gets in a ring with a Mauricio Herrera type of opponent, until he gets in a ring with a Romero Duno type of opponent. I mean, you got Shakur Stevenson about to fight for a title. You got Teofimo Lopez, he's about to fight Richard Coleman. An extremely dangerous fight. We need to see Ryan Garcia in a fight like that before we would even compare him to a Virgil Ortiz. I think this is an opportunity for Ryan Garcia to prove Oscar De La Hoya wrong. This is when Ryan Garcia should say, you know what, Oscar, give me the best opponent available next. On that Canelo Alvarez undercard, I want to fight Romero Duno or someone better than him. And I'm going to show you and everyone that I am the real deal. That's what Ryan Garcia should do in response to what his promoter just said about him. I mean, you can't say you want to fight the best, but when Golden Boy really, really needs you because an opponent pulled out at the last minute and they already have a guy that's fighting on the same card in the same division available and he's willing to take that fight, Ryan should have been willing to take that fight as well. Speaking of Romero Duno, I just uploaded a video where I quoted what Duno said about Ryan Garcia. He put on a shirt and it said, Ryan Garcia, stop running. Now, even with him saying that, he's trying to be, I guess, a little respectful to where he doesn't completely ruin his opportunity of getting a Ryan Garcia fight. So even though he was wearing that shirt, he still said, you know, Ryan Garcia is a good fighter. And maybe he just wanted the fight at a different time. I don't think he's scared of me because he's a fighter too. This is what Romero said. And you know, this is something I always tell you guys, we have to distinguish. There's a difference from a boxer being afraid to get hit and being afraid of losing. Those are two entirely different things. Because we know that Ryan Garcia, with him being a professional boxer, we know he's not afraid of the pain. He's not afraid of getting hit or getting hurt. That's not what he's afraid of. But if a fighter knows that a loss can derail his plans of being the next big superstar, that losing right now can stop you from becoming a millionaire, that is going to be a serious concern where someone could easily be afraid of getting in a ring with a particular opponent. And then pride is involved too. Now, I don't know if this is the case with Ryan Garcia, but I believe we will find out the answer when he fights on that Canelo undercard, if he decides to fight on that Canelo undercard and takes on someone like Romero Duno. Ryan Garcia, he believes his fight deserves a lot of attention because he does have that big following on Instagram, and that's exactly why he should fight on Canelo's undercard. Canelo Alvarez, one of the biggest stars in the sport of boxing, that would do nothing but help Ryan Garcia, especially if he would be successful over Romero Duno. And like I said, he shuts up a lot of critics if he takes this fight and he dominates them. But there's no doubt in my mind, Ryan Garcia turning down the Romero Duno fight not once but twice, especially when Golden Boy really needed Ryan to take this fight to save this card. I truly believe that really rubbed Oscar De La Hoya the wrong way. You know, it would be one thing if Ryan Garcia, he was just fighting tough fighter after tough fighter, and then he finally said, hey, Oscar, come on, man. You keep giving me these tough opponents, but I'm not getting a raise. It's time for me to get some more money. But when this is your very first step up in competition, and Golden Boy doesn't even know if he's going to pass the test with flying colors, on top of that, this is not even a title shot. This is, once again, this is not a Richard Coleman he's getting in the ring with. Oscar's not asking him to get in the ring with Gervonta Tank Davis or even a Devin Haney. This is Romero Duno. Not saying that Duno is not a good fighter. He is a very good fighter. Obviously, he's a good fighter. Obviously, Ryan Garcia believes he's a really, really good fighter. But my point is, he's not on the level of a Gervonta Tank Davis or a Devin Haney. So, Golden Boy, they're giving him a tough test. Once you pass that test, that's when Ryan should be demanding more money, not before he takes the fight. The truth is, Oscar De La Hoya, he said that Virgil Ortiz is the real deal because Ortiz has already passed that test. He's already stepped up in competition and passed that test with flying colors. We have not seen Ryan pass that test yet. We haven't even seen him take the test yet. Hopefully he takes that test on Canelo Alvarez's undercard against Kovalev. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
External rotation of the shoulder, and back in.